I need to get this done. So he is destroying the kitchen. I think everything's back on the up and up, which is actually going to be my new office space. Wow, I can't talk. I just didn't care for it because, you know, on Friends how Monica has like that closet and you just have to roll with it. It's all kind of up in the air. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a September reset. So in this video, I'm gonna be trying to figure out my goals, things I want to accomplish this coming month. Actually, by the time I post this, it will be September 1st is when I'm trying to get it up. So I kind of want to go over everything that I want for the month of September. We have kind of a crazy month of September. There's a lot of travel, though I think one of our trips has been shortened back down to like the original trip that it was supposed to be. I talked about this in my last vlog, I think, that we already had a trip planned and then it got extended because of some stuff, but I think it's like going back to the original plan, which is good and bad. Like, I was kind of excited to just go spend time with my family, but it also works out so much better because of all the stuff I'm trying to get done here at home. But anyway, all that to say, it's all kind of up in the air. I don't really know what's happening, which makes it difficult to plan what I want to happen for the month, but I'm going to kind of like look in my Notion, share that with you guys. I'll probably do it and then screen record and just kind of talk about it instead of doing it as I'm screen recording. That way it's a little bit more, it flows a little bit better, I feel like. And then I also need to clean this house because today is Friday. And as long as we don't have to cancel our weekend plans because of sicknesses, I think we're all better now. But as long as we don't have to cancel our plans, this weekend's insane. So we have a pool party tomorrow that I'm really hoping we get to go to. And then we have to go to early church on Sunday, a book club Sunday afternoon. And then after that, we have family coming over to celebrate like back to school stuff. And so we're doing like a little ice cream party and whatever. So the house needs to be cleaned for that to happen. Obviously, all of that could get canceled. I'm really hoping that it doesn't. I think everything's back on the up and up, but you know, you never know with sicknesses and stuff, and I obviously don't want to spread anything. I'm not sick, but I don't want anything to get spread or anything like that, so I'm trying to just not stress about it. But at the same time, I had to skip trivia and book club this week because I didn't know if I was gonna get sick and I didn't want to like pass that along. So I'll leave it at that. I don't like to get too much into stuff, but that's kind of what's been going on, and so I'm a little bit worried that we may have to just sit our weekend plans out as well, just to make sure everything's 100%. I still need to clean my house, obviously. I'm doing so anticipating that we will be having a house full of people on Sunday, and so I need to like do a deeper clean, you know, not just like pick up everything, but like vacuum, make sure it's all good. I'm gonna have to do some of the stuff on Sunday before, you know, probably have to vacuum again because we have 2 dogs, and if you have 2 dogs, you know, or one dog even, you know, you gotta vacuum a lot. So anyway, that's what's going on in this video. I'm also going to talk about the books that I read this month. I'm trying to finish up 2 before the month ends, so we will see if that happens. I'm going to count them since I read most of them this month. Hopefully I can finish them. Also, I got rid of that table and the computer. It's all in the back room. I worked so hard on my back room yesterday. It's still not where I feel comfortable showing you guys, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Like, the tables are set up, the cutting machines are set up, the heat press and the mug press are set up. So it's starting to look good, but there's just a lot of stuff in there that I need to take to donate, that I need to recycle 3 printers, and there's some trash in there. There's just like, I've got to get it all, and we're getting there. We are making huge progress in that room. So I cannot wait to show you guys the back room. I don't think you guys have ever seen that room because it's just been like, you know, on Friends how Monica has like that closet that you don't know she has until like that one episode, and it's like all of her junk is in that closet. That's what that back room has been for me. Like, just if I don't know what to do with it and it doesn't have a place, it just goes and lives in there, and I shut the door and I act like it doesn't exist. So now that I'm turning that into my office space, I can't do that. I've got to get everything organized. I've got to go through everything, and there's a whole closet full of stuff which eventually I will get to, but right now I'm just working on that room. That's what's up. I'm going to, I guess I'll talk about the books that I'm reading / have read this month. Let's chat about the books that I've read this month. So far, I've completed 5 books, but I'm in the middle of 2, which I'm working hard to finish. Hopefully, I will finish in time. Okay, so starting off the month, I read Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood because I knew that it was the first book to this one. So this is the second book in the series. This is the first. This is my first like full Ali Hazelwood novel. I did not love this one as much. I felt like these two characters were just kind of using each other for spicy moments. And you know, if that's your life, that's cool, like whatever. I just didn't care for it because I felt like there was no real connection between these two characters. So I did not believe the whole falling in love situation at all because it just felt like these two characters were using each other for their bodies. And that's fine if that's what you want to do. But like, and I know you can fall in love that way, but like, I just never believed that. I did not feel the connection between these two characters. Apparently this is like one of her very different, like doesn't fit Ali Hazelwood vibe, I guess. But I did read it because I wanted to get to the second book because there's an age gap and I'm a sucker for a good age gap romance. So this one was much better. It felt believable. There was a whole backstory on how these characters came together, how they became friends. It felt believable. This romance did not. However, this romance is in this book, and in this book they felt a little bit more connected, but this one, I don't know, it just didn't vibe with this one. It's totally fine. Totally fine that I didn't. I just didn't feel the connection. This one, however, I did feel the connection. I gave this one 4 stars. I really, really enjoyed it, and I love a good age gap. So in real life, sometimes I'm like, but in a book, it's all fiction. I don't care. But this one is the sister of the male main character in the first book and his best friend. And so his best friend's like 38, and I think she's like 23. So it's a little bit of an age gap there, but I loved it. I felt like they were connected. I actually did really like the male main character, though he frustrated me throughout most of the book. I do like him, and I think he was trying to do what he thought was best for the female main character, but you can't have it both ways, you know, so he had to make a decision. But I loved this one. I thought it was so good. I loved the setting is in Italy, and it was just very, like, you felt like you were there, and it was very good. Next up, this is probably my favorite book that I've read this month, but it's Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. This book was so good. I'm still thinking about it. And then I found out they came out with a like special edition hardcover that has sprayed edges and a bonus chapter. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, am I gonna get it? I don't know. I feel like I need to because I need the bonus chapter. I need more of Percy and Sam in my life. I loved this book. I loved everything about this book. It was so good. Now, I will say the conflict was, I don't know how I would deal with that. I don't know how I deal with it, but I still loved it. Okay, I still loved it. It was 5 stars. I think that's my favorite book I've read this month. Next up, Accomplice to the Villain, which is the 3rd book in the, Assistant to the Villain. It's Assistant to the Villain, Apprentice to the Villain, and now it's Accomplice to the Villain. And this is the 3rd book in the series. There's apparently going to be a 4th book. It ended on a cliffhanger. I'm not okay. But I will say it was a very good book. We got stuff that we wanted, then it left it on a cliffhanger. And I'm just like, what? So it's a good book. I listened to it on audio because like, look at how small the font is. And there's like so many pages, 357 pages of that small font. And I was just like, I'm not feeling it. So I listened to it on audio, but I loved it. I actually listened to the other 2 on audio as well. So it was like perfect. But then I, of course, bought the books because I have to have the physical copies. Other book that I finished, I don't have a copy of, but it is Shield of Sparrows. I loved this one. I think I gave it 4 stars. It was really good. It's a very different type of romantasy, and I loved it. I read it for book club and then ended up not being able to go to that book club, but it was a good book. I want the physical copy, but I'm trying to find the sprayed edges. And unfortunately, I saw them like months ago and didn't buy it, and then found out it's a limited run, as most of these things are. I don't know why I didn't think that. And now that I want them, I can't find them anywhere. So I'm probably just gonna have to get regular edges, but it was a good book. I do plan on getting the physical copy for this. It did end on a cliffhanger because it is part of a series. It is the first one in the series, and the next one is supposed to be out sometime next year. Now we can get into what I'm currently currently reading and I'm trying to finish before the end of the month. So right now I'm currently listening to Silver Elite. This is for the book club that's on Sunday, so I'm really trying to finish it. Actually, I have about 5 hours of listening left, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I can finish this one because, you know, obviously. And it's pretty good so far. It's not my favorite book by any means, but, you know, I might read the second one. I might pass on it. I don't know yet. Obviously, we still have part of the book to finish, so a lot could happen between now and then. And then the next one is One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune, and this is actually... I think all of her books are standalone, but this one features Charlie, who is one of the main characters in Every Summer After. So we're getting his story, which is really nice. So therefore, we're going to see Percy and Sam show up in this book, which I'm excited about. I'm only 100 pages in, and it has over 300. Does it have almost 400? I have my work cut out for me on this one. I don't know why. I've just not been, this week, I've not really been in a mood to sit down and read. So I've been listening to my audiobook, but I've not really been sitting down and taking time to read. So I don't know if I'll finish this one in August. I'm gonna count it. I'm gonna try my best to finish it. We will see. It may end up being one that I finish in September, but since I'm showing it as like my August reads, I won't show it as my September reads next month, if that makes sense. But I'm gonna try my best to finish this. I just don't know if I'll have time. Obviously, if all of our plans get canceled this weekend, I'll have plenty of time, but if they don't, I don't know if I'll finish that in time. We will see. We will see. But I'm definitely gonna hopefully finish Silver Elite because I have book club on Sunday, if everything works out, and I obviously need to finish the book so I don't get spoiled on anything. Those are my August reads. I really did not do a lot of reading. I feel like I was in kind of a weird, August was a very weird month. To recap August, the beginning of the month, my dog almost died. Had to rush her to the emergency vet. She had to stay overnight. She was having an anaphylactic shock episode and we're not really sure what caused it, so that was terrifying. And then right after that, we had to go out of town for my sister's wedding and then come home. Our air conditioner broke and we had to buy a new one. So for a week I had to sit in a really hot house and basically just like do nothing. And that's where I did most of my reading, if I'm being honest. And then we got that fixed. Let's see, we got that fixed. And then James got sick. And so it's just been one of those months where nothing is going right. Oh, also, we didn't have any hot water for a minute because they had to turn the gas line off and it like wasn't coming back on. But we got that taken care of real quick. But yeah, it's just been a month of like, I don't know what's happening. So I've not really done a lot with reading, with YouTube, with any of it. I have just been surviving. So hopefully September we will be thriving. We have a lot of exciting stuff that's happening, like I said, but it's also, some of it's like, what is happening and when is it happening and how do I plan for it? Right now I'm going to go to cleaning. Good morning, guys. Happy Saturday. Happy part 2 to this September reset. So I just sat down and wrote out my September goals. I decided I didn't want to share it on Notion just because I have some stuff in there that I don't want to share. Like, I just didn't feel like deleting it and then putting it back in this month. You guys have seen my Notion. If you haven't, go check out one of my other monthly resets I share on there. But I was like, you know, if all I'm doing is sharing my goals, I can just write them down, put them in Notion later. But I have like my master calendar, which has every single social event, travel plans, all of that stuff in there. And sometimes I just don't feel comfortable sharing that online. You know, I try to be careful what I share when I share it online. So because of that, I was just like, I don't want to have to like go in and delete my master calendar only to put everything back on there afterwards if all I'm sharing are my goals. So I'm just going to share with you guys. I wrote down a couple of goals. I feel like August was crazy, but hopefully September will be a little bit smoother of a ride. It's very busy. We do have a lot of travel plans, but hopefully overall it'll just be a little bit more chill and not as stressful as August was. So I have on here, read 8 books. So normally my Fable account has it set to 6 books a month. That's my goal, but I know I can do more than that. So I bumped it up to 8. I know I have The Wedding People is a book club book. There's another book club book, like The Magical Witch's Guide to Innkeeping or something. There's the new Elsie Silver book that I want to read. Let's see, I don't remember the name of it. Magical realism, fantasy type book for my other book club. So that's at least 4 books right there of just books either that are book club or that I want to read on my own. So that's just 4. And like, yeah, so I'm gonna share my TBR in a separate video, but I at least want to read 8 books this month. And I think that's doable. We've got lots of travel, like I said, so I should be able to work in some books there. I also still need to continue on the Throne of Glass series, and I know I've requested it from the library, so I should be getting it in the next couple of weeks. So anyway, all that to say, 8 books for the month. Definitely think it's doable. Hopefully I can do more than that, but I at least want to read 8 books. The next one is to finish cleaning out my back room, which is actually going to be my new office space. This space that you can see is my library, and I have a desk here for editing videos since that is a separate thing. But my actual business where I'm selling bookish related mugs, t-shirts, that counter, if you can see that blue counter thing, I need to paint it. But anyway, those type of things, that's what I'm going to be selling in my new shop. And I will have all the information in the description box in like future videos, because I don't have my website finished yet. All of those things I still need to do, but I will share it with you guys, don't you worry. But I want to finish cleaning out that office space. I'm doing a really great job getting rid of a bunch of stuff, going through a bunch of stuff, but I'm not done. I have all my tables set up and like the equipment is mostly set up. I still need to plug it in and whatever. We are making progress on that back room, and hopefully I can share it with you guys soon. I just didn't want to share because it was just like a junk room. Like anything that I didn't know where it went, I just threw it back there because, you know, out of sight, out of mind. So I am working on that, and I'm feeling really good about the progress that I'm making, but my goal is to finish it completely because my goal for October is to open my new small business. So I want to make sure that my office is all prepped and ready to go for that. The next one is work out 5 times a week. We did not go to the gym that much this month because of our crazy month. We just did not make it to the gym, and that's just unacceptable. There were days that we could have gone, but like I didn't want to go get all hot and sweaty and come back to a house that had no AC. So I mean, there was just stuff like that where it's like, yeah, I could have gone, but I made this excuse or whatever. And while it may be a good excuse, I still maybe should have figured out how to make it work. So my goal is to get back into the gym, working out 5 times a week, and I think that's doable for the most part. Like I said, there is some travel, so there may be weeks where maybe I can't get to our gym, but like I can do some sort of workout, whether that's walking or whatever. Next is organize the closet. So what I mean by this is the closet in our bedroom, organize that, get rid of clothes we don't want, whatever. And then there's a closet back in the back hall by the guest bathroom that I want to organize as well. At some point I want to organize the closet that's in my office, but that is not something that's going to happen right away because there's a lot of things. It's like organized because it's all in containers, but I need to go through and just get rid of a bunch of stuff. I don't like having a lot of stuff. It actually stresses me out. So I want to go through and get rid of things that I'm not using, donate them, throw them away, whatever, you know, needs to be done. So that will be happening at a later date. But for now, for September, I just want to organize our actual closet that has all of our clothes in it, and the back closet by the guest bathroom, because it just has like candles and stuff. I just want to go through it. I'm feeling very like I want to organize my whole house and get rid of a bunch of stuff. That's kind of the mood I'm in right now. That is the goal. And then I also want to organize our pantry, because it's, no matter how many times I try to go through it, I feel like it always just gets to be a disaster, and I really want to organize that. I want to get back on eating healthy and working on like health goals. So I need to go through and get rid of a bunch of stuff in the pantry and figure out my life there. When it comes to food and all of that stuff. And then finally, my last goal for the month of September is to finish my website, finish setting up stuff for my small business, obviously painting the products that I already have done and ready to go. So those are my September goals. I tried to keep them simple and stuff that is actually I can achieve and do. So that's that. Nothing too crazy. Still some goals to work on, things to work towards, and yeah. Anyway, so there we go. That's the goals. I've talked about goals. I've talked about books that I've read this month. And then we've done some cleaning. I'm going to continue to do some cleaning today because the house, you know, we use the kitchen. So you're constantly cleaning the kitchen. That is the worst thing, right? Like, I hate that stuff like dishes and laundry. There's always stuff to do. Hey guys, it is Sunday. Didn't clean yesterday. I cleaned, but I worked on my back room. I didn't do, you know, this, but James is actually James cleaned the kitchen yesterday, but now he's going to make it a mess again. So he is making pizza dough.
It's a little stickier than it's supposed to still be.
He's making 2 different types of pizza. So he started the dough yesterday. He's making homemade sauce. So he is destroying the kitchen. So we will leave him to that. And I'm gonna clean the rest of the house. Alright, you guys, I did a little bit of cleaning. I didn't really do a lot because I'm just not feeling it today. So there's one important thing I have to do for this reset before we enter September. I need to finish this book because I said in this video, I was counting this as an August read, and I have a little over 100 pages. It's 7:30. I need to get this done. So I'm gonna sit here and read. I finished this book. It is almost 10:30, but I finished it. Really enjoyed this one. I think I enjoyed Every Summer After a little bit more, though the conflict is questionable in that book. But I don't know. I felt like it was a really good story, and I just really loved the characters. I did like this one, but it took me a little while to get into this one. But I also, that could have just been me being in a reading slump, me having a lot of stuff going on. You guys know the month of August was kind of crazy for me, so I don't know what the deal was, but I felt like it took me way too long to read this. Like, if I look at my Fable app, Thursday the 21st, it took me 10 days to read this book, which this was my only physical book that I was reading, so it's ridiculous that it took me that long to read this book. So I just felt like I struggled in the beginning to get into this book, and then once I got in there, you know, I've successfully read 7 books this month, and I'm gonna give this 4 stars. I enjoyed it. I really did. I think I would have liked more to the ending. Like, I want their story to be continued, you know? Like, I love these characters, like the characters from Every Summer After, and then this book also. I want more. I want more of their stories, but probably won't get that, and that's fine. That's kind of where I'm at. But I did enjoy it, so I can cross it off the list. I finished it. I'm so happy that I finished it, so we can move on. I have started The Wedding People. I'm about 20% into that one, so I'm obviously not going to finish that in the next hour and a half. I have started it, so I will be completing that in the month of September. How is it September already? I don't know. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this September reset. It was kind of over the course of a couple of days in true fashion on my channel. I felt like all over the place, but that is just my life. I just have to accept that that is my life. My life is a little bit all over the place sometimes, and you just have to roll with it. So this video is me rolling with it. That is a wrap on the September reset. books I read in the month of August. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video where we decorate for Halloween. So catch you guys in the next one. Bye.